Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. How's it going? I'm Ralph,
Hey,
and this is Cam. And we're going to talk
I'm
about
Cam.
movies.
Super
We'll talk
review.
about Queer. We'll talk about Kraven the Hunter. We'll talk about, uh, um, what's the last movie? Gladiator 2. Yeah.
Yeah,
All the latest here on this show, this fantastic movie review show.
right. These three movies, they all go perfectly together. They form a nice trilogy.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, like three. It's not like Barbenheimer because that was two movies. This is three movies. Can you combine three titles? Now that's the
That would be
question.
hard.
That's a question I pose to all of you. Can you combine the Craven, Queer, and um, what's the other one? Gladiator 2. I keep forgetting the name of Gladiator 2
It's like the easiest title. Yeah,
because it's a very forgettable movie.
Queerinator 2?
Yeah, like that. Queer the Hunter, like that.
Craving some queer gladiators.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And,
Um,
well, and also like Gladiator 2, it came out around Thanksgiving or a couple weeks ago. It came out the same day as Wicked, so it was like, oh, it's like Barbenheimer, it's Glicked, or
yeah,
Wickedator. I
right.
don't know.
And we could have talked about that, except I don't think you could pay me enough money to watch Wicked.
And I really didn't think it was that bad.
That's what everyone says. It has Mike shows me the letterbox rating every day, and it's like 4 point. It was at a 4.4. Now it's like 4.0
Well,
or whatever.
it's a fucking chick flick. Those
Yeah,
ratings
and
always
it's
get
and
inflated.
Letterbox is like a big chick app. And
It's far.
all the
it's far
chicks
from,
and the gay people and theater kids like rated highly. Yeah.
Oh sure, it's far. It's not the worst musical I've seen this year. It's better than Joker 2. It's better than Moana 2.
Right. Exactly.
Better than
But yeah,
Kraven.
talk. Which one you want to talk about first? We can. I
How
was thinking we
about
save. Yeah, I was thinking we save Gladiator for last.
yeah, sure. Yeah, do you
Yeah.
want to do Queer? It'd probably be the
Sure.
quickest one. Yeah.
Sure.
was a wise old queen who taught me that I had a duty to live, to conquer hate with knowledge and sincerity and love.
The difficulty is to convince someone else he is really part of you.
What else should I be? All apart.
So this is Luca Guadagnino's new film. I saw it a while ago at New York Film Festival. It's definitely one of the better movies I saw there. And you just saw it recently, right?
Yeah, I saw it Friday, so yeah, 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love Luca Guadagnino's films. Great director, Italian.
Mhm.
You gotta respect the blood,
Mamma mia.
the Italian blood from the motherland.
Right.
But yeah, he's like great style, artistic style. I love Suspiria. That's a great movie, and
Which I still haven't
Call Me
seen,
by
yeah.
Your Name. Yeah, but I told you it's like Call Me by Your Name crossed with Suspiria. It's like that love story, but also it's got like all this like really dreamlike, trippy imagery as well. And I think the movie
Surrealistic.
balanced those two things. Yeah, it's very surreal, right? I think the movie balanced those two things super well, like really well. And yeah, the imagery looked great, and like, but also the way that like the emotion got out of the story. Like I like the moments where like I don't know, you see like Daniel Craig, like what he wants to do, like reach out his hand and touch him, but
right.
it's like kind
It's
of
like a silhouette.
the opacity is kind of like half on it, right? Like a ghost kind of thing. But it's
Like
like,
a
what that's
phantom,
what he
yeah.
imagines, and it's very effective. That kind of stuff
Right,
in the
yeah.
movie. I really like those moments. The little like flights of fancy. That's kind of like what you say.
Yeah. And there's another one. I don't know, maybe I won't spoil it if anybody hasn't seen it. There's another sequence that's like very, kind of abstract, like him and the other guy, like when they're like on drugs. And yeah, I thought that worked really well.
Yeah, there's like a
I think
scene later they do like it's like peyote kind of
Yeah,
something like that,
psychotropic drugs.
like a drug trip.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think like the more like bizarre elements worked better in this compared to something like Megalopolis.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's a good comparison. Sorry, I just want people to see the background I have.
Doug.
They might be confused. Like, what's Doug's background?
Doug Walker as Will Smith's genie if they had a
Yeah.
baby.
This is actually a screenshot from Queer. It's like one of the dream
The end of the movie.
sequences. Yeah.
I've got bigger fish to fry.
Bigger fish is right. Cold, slippery, hard to catch.
Maybe we can back up a bit. We can describe the and also like Luca Guadagnino, he also had challenges early this year. It was meant to come out last year, but ended up getting delayed, which was
That's
great.
right.
It's one of the best of the year, I think. And
Hmm.
yeah, I think that's definitely more accessible than this. This is a little, yeah, I also liked Queer, but yeah, it's definitely a little more out there, less like audience friendly.
Yeah, it's a strange story. It's like a character study, sort of. Because, like, when I went into it, like, at the festival, I had, like, no idea what it was. Like, I didn't see any trailers for it. I went into it completely blind. So I definitely liked it, but it's like, it takes a while to get into it, right? Because it's like, you're following this guy around, and he's like, he's living in, like, some country in South America. I
Well, I
don't
think they
exactly.
go to South America, right?
Well, no,
Later
he's
on,
living. Isn't that
they're
where he
already in
lives in
South
the
America.
beginning?
Could check. I know it's somewhere in South. I know they go.
Yeah,
They're in
yeah,
South
like that's
America
where he
later on.
lives, and then
Yeah,
like he
pretty
meets
sure
this
America. Yeah.
right, and he's like at this bar with all these other like gay guys. Jason Schwartzman's one of them, and
Right.
yeah, they just
Good.
like hang out and like do drugs and stuff and like have sex. Like that's like their life,
Yeah.
and then like he meets this younger dude like at one of the bars, and they form like they basically like Daniel Craig's character, not Daniel Craig, like forms like this
Lee, I
relationship
think his name.
with
Yeah.
him. Lee, yeah. He
Yeah,
forms
he's
like this,
pining for him. Yeah, he's got
Mhm. but it's like
he
a
has a crush on him.
strange character. It's like not your
Yeah.
normal like protagonist you usually follow in like a movie,
Yeah.
and he's
No.
like he has a gun with him at all times to protect him because I guess he's like a gay man walking around, like people could attack him, or so he has a gun with him at all times.
Yeah, he's eccentric. Yeah.
Right, he's openly gay, so that's like dangerous. Like at the time
It's in
period
the
the movie's
50s,
set,
yeah.
especially, yeah. So it makes sense. I think it's based on a book. I think that's like,
Yeah, I've heard of the book. I never read it. William S. Burroughs. He also wrote
Mhm.
Naked Lunch. Another movie. I haven't seen that movie, but
oh, he did write
and,
that, yeah. Which I've seen Naked
yeah.
Lunch, yeah, which is good.
yeah, yeah. I'd like to watch it. And yeah, the author. He was. I guess apparently he was friends with Kurt Cobain because they used a couple Nirvana songs in the
Mhm.
movie. There's like All Apologies, the version by
Yeah.
Sinead O'Connor, and then
What's the
Come
other
As
one
You
in there?
Are.
Come as you are. It's a great
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, they're really great songs.
Yeah, used really well in the movie. I like the use
Yeah.
of music in it. Super memorable. Yeah, it's great stuff. Like it's Luca's a great director. Like super awesome.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies I saw at the festival, definitely.
Right, yeah, it is like intriguing. I didn't know exactly where it was going. It gets very trippy, and they're even like without giving away too much, like they're like homages to like 2001. I spotted, and
Mhm.
yeah, like it gets because whatever Daniel Craig's character's Lee, he's a drug user, and yeah, you follow this romance. It's definitely like because obviously Luca Guadagnino, he also did Call Me by Your Name. It's definitely more like explicit, like with the love scenes. Like it gets pretty
Yeah.
graphic.
Yeah, it's a little graphic with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Maybe not,
definitely,
like, family film.
No, but yeah, I don't think it's trying to be that. I think it's trying to be like honest, and
Oh yeah, exactly.
it
sure.
does feel that.
In the sun,
I want to talk to you
married, buried,
without speaking.
buried. All in all is all we
Yeah, I thought the other guy was good too. Drew Stocky. He was on.
Drew
I'm blanking
Starkey,
on.
yeah.
He's on some show. I'm blank. Is it the Outer Limits? Is that what it's
Outer
called?
Limits, yeah, I guess so.
Not
Outer Banks, is that the one?
Outer Banks. Outer Limits.
Oh,
I'm like,
that's the one with
like,
Madeline Klein too. Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all the pretty people come from there, and yeah,
Yeah, she's pretty.
she's pretty.
And,
Yeah, they got the dude. From,
yeah.
he's good in the movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
the character's interesting. It's kind of cool. Like you mainly follow like the Daniel Craig character. That's how it's like very different from like Call Me by Your Name, where you're following like the younger guy,
Sure. Yeah.
sorta, and like his like he's like learning he's gay. There's like that sort of thing.
Or bisexual. or
By
whatever,
yeah, right. It's like discovering himself, right? Whereas it's like a different like you're following
Yeah,
the older
dynamic.
dude. Yeah, you're following the older dude and like his sort of like what he's struggling with, And yeah, it's like it's easy to say like, oh, it's called Queer, it's about a gay guy, but there's like a lot of relatability with like other themes in it, and like it's
Right.
sort of about like kind of mortality too. I took like especially with the
Yeah.
ending, like because you see him. I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, I shouldn't give away too much. But yeah, it's like there's other things going on in it that I can't
Yeah,
really like tie together entirely now, but I think it hits emotionally, right?
yeah, like
Yeah.
clinging to youth and yeah, and
So sort
you
of.
know,
Yeah,
you
definitely
could you could
that.
yeah, like relationship. You could see that with like Jason Schwartzman's character too. It's funny because you mentioned it looks like he's wearing a fat suit. Like it's even like hard to tell that it's him. It's funny. It's like a funny visual because he's a small guy and he looks kind of strange. Like with like it makes it seem like he has like a pot belly or something. Yeah,
Yeah, he's like a big dude in the movie. Yeah, it's just the way he
right.
like carries himself. Yeah. He's probably my favorite. Him and Daniel Craig were incredible in this movie, I thought. Like
Yeah,
really
and
great performances.
yeah, them and yeah, Leslie Manville, who's she was in
Mm,
she's been in a few things, but she was in Phantom Thread. She's the sister, and yeah, this
right.
one she plays a pretty wild. She's like a I don't know what you call like a shaman. Like yeah, I don't want to give it spoil
Sort
too
of.
much, but like yeah, like they make her look really creepy. Like her
She's a
hair's like all
bold.
strung
It's
up.
like
Yeah,
that's
right.
the girl
Yeah,
with the bold. Yeah,
yeah, they
but
make her
she's
very
like right. She's
disheveled.
just lives in the jungle and does these drugs all the time.
Right, she carries
So
a gun
she's
around.
just like her brain is like out of it. Um,
Right.
but yeah, it's interesting, and yeah, there's like that whole segment of the movie where he was like withdrawing from heroin,
Right,
and
he's getting
like he's like
sick.
shaking, and then they go to the doctor, and he's like, oh, the doctor's like, all right, I'll get, you should really just get off of it. He's like, no, just give me the pills. And he's like, all right, I'll give it to you, but you should really get off of it. And he's like,
Yeah.
thank you. And he's like not gonna get off it, but yeah,
But no, I like that Daniel Craig. Like he tends to pick pretty good projects, but beyond like we like the James Bond, but he's also done like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and Logan Lucky and the
yeah,
Knives Out movies. Yeah, a lot of
mhm.
like memorable stuff.
There's a lot of range, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. Well, and now you get to see him play a gay man. Well, actually,
Right.
the Knives Out guy is gay, so but no,
right. Yeah, more
implied.
explicitly. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you see him in action.
Yeah. His husband is Hugh Grant. in
Yeah,
Glass
Glass,
Onion.
yeah. That was a good cameo. Right, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Benoit
great.
Blanc.
Yeah, we both really liked it. Is the point? I give it like a 3.5 star, 4 star, some in that range.
Yeah,
Like a
those are
high
about the same.
3.5. Yeah, it's not like my favorite Luca movie. I prefer Challengers, but
Yeah, I do too. But
yeah, but it's like good.
Yeah, it's a
You know?
different kind of story. I'd
Yeah,
say.
very different, and it shows like
Yeah.
how talented he is, and I'm
Yeah,
I'm
even
glad he's
like
still
a-
making stuff.
Right, even like Bones and all. That's also like very different from
Right,
those
very
two.
different. Yeah, I like the music for the movie too. For Queer, Trent
Right,
Reznor, and Chris
right.
Ross.
Meant to-
It's very
yeah,
like
meant to-
understated.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I can't wait for people to be like, because people go on the internet all the time, like look up tracks, like, oh, I wonder what track was playing during this scene or whatever. I want like what was the track playing during during the gay sex scene with Daniel Craig and Drew Starkey?
Yeah, get a
Because there's
stereo.
this. I'm like, oh, it's a cool song, but it's like,
Right. Yeah.
this, like,
It's very
I'm just
specific
imagining someone
playlist.
looking that up.
Yeah, and I also like. I don't know all the tracks off the. Yeah, I mean I know the Nirvana songs, but there was another part where Daniel Craig's character is just like sitting by himself. He's doing heroin. He's just like it's a long sequence. He's just kind of
Yeah.
like sitting at a desk, and it's very like atmospheric.
Right, that's probably one of my favorite scenes in it. Yeah, he's just looking at the camera. It's the Nirvana song playing,
Is it?
right? Yeah.
Well, no, they played it earlier when he's like walking.
There's a
around,
couple. They play "Come as You Are."
and all the pauses.
And then
That's at the beginning.
Yeah, and then there's in my toes. I have the album right here. I should just.
Okay. I didn't catch. It might have been Nirvana. Maybe I'm just misremembering. I have it right here. Now I'll be speaking with Doug Walker on the podcast. What did you think of the movie, Doug? Doug Genie.
Damn, I'm so stuck on that fucking song now.
But
I
yeah,
have to-
sometimes
I
on
have to look
IMDb
it up.
it'll-
Yeah.
I can check. It was like right in the middle of the movie.
Yeah. And I listened to it. Oh no, it's new. It's a New Order song. That's right.
Oh,
Leave Me
yeah.
Alone. It's a
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't.
Right.
'cause
So I
didn't
was
think
wrong. I was wrong.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, because I didn't think it was Nirvana. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
New Order.
which is
yeah.
a great song. That's why,
Yeah.
because I got that album just to listen to that song. Oh, Leave
Yeah,
Me
they
Alone.
They also do that song like Bizarre Love Triangle.
Right.
One of their other songs is in American Psycho, which I think actually Luca Guadagnino's doing like a remake or something, reboot of.
He's doing. Isn't he doing a Marvel movie with Daniel Craig?
Oh, a Marvel movie? Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
I think I heard something about that. Well,
Might be.
it's a meme going around now, like because it's queer. It's like this understated indie drama or whatever, but it's getting a lot of publicity because it's like Daniel Craig is in it and whatever. So it's like the gay guy from Queer will return at Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, it's a meme.
Like stuff like that, you know,
Yeah, sure.
which I find very funny.
Is all we all are. Oh.
Yeah, we could talk about Kraven.
My son, never show mercy.
You know, everyone knows this movie's terrible. It's just terrible. It's everyone is making fun of the Rhino already on Twitter or whatever. Like
villain
screenshots
of the
him. He
movie,
looks
yeah.
terrible. The story's stupid. It's just like Sony. When are they gonna stop? Like when are they gonna stop? Like seriously. And it's
getting away with this.
yeah, it's like Jesse. But yeah, it's fucking horrible. Like I was gonna write like I'm making my own list of fucking Sony executives to execute or to hunt, you know, to hunt down like Kraven. I'm gonna be like Kraven, cause it's horrible. Like that they make people
really
sit through
bad.
this shit.
Yeah, it sucks. And to clarify, many of you probably know this is the 6th movie in the Sony
Sinister
Spider-Man
Six.
universe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there was this and
Madam Web,
more,
Morbius.
right, and then the 3 Venom movies. I've only seen
Yeah.
the second one.
I haven't seen
As
the
of
third
this
Venom yet. I
recording.
hear it's terrible.
It probably is, and like I was joking, like with you, like because the 6th movie, there was the famous actor John Cazale who played Fredo, passed away young, but he was in 5 movies, and they're all masterpieces. This is like the inverse, like all the movies are bad. I mean, I enjoyed the second Venom fine, but it's not high art.
It's
by any
the
means.
worst cinematic universe ever put to the
Probably.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably worse, like cumulatively, like worse than the DC one, because at least that had like the James Gunn Suicide Squad, like some decent movies.
It's just horrible. It's the biggest
Yeah.
tragedy Japan's ever inflicted on America, dare I say.
So-
Dare I say. It is absolutely horrible. It's just like so dumb. Like it talks down to you, you know? Like when you watch a movie
Yeah.
and you just feel like these people think I'm stupid and like they're just here to make a bunch of money. That's like this movie.
Yeah, it's just like, who is this for? Like, it's so fucking cookie cutter, like all of it. Like, it follows a very similar structure to Morbius when you think
It
about it,
does,
because it's like
with the brothers
it-
and how it flashes back. I was thinking of that too.
yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, then the main character is really dull. I mean, I don't mind Aaron Taylor Johnson. I've liked him in other things, but yeah, the character, he's just like like the typical kind of like wisecracking,
Yeah,
goody
you get like
two-shoe.
no gauge on him.
They are prey. We are predators.
Well, that's why people say this movie's better because it's bloody. It's like this whole.
Right, it's
it's like
rated
the
R.
right. It's like the Zack Snyder fans who were like they like Batman
Yeah.
vs Superman, the R cut, the R-rated cut because there's blood.
Yeah.
It's the same shitty
Yeah,
movie
it's
except you
so
added some
dumb.
blood. Yeah. People are like, oh, this is better than Morbius. It's not better than Morbius. But like
No,
you say, it's the same shit. Except they put
Yeah.
some like it's rated R and they had some fun with that stuff. But it's not enough to like right, the story is so bad. All these actors are wasted in it. Good actors. Ariana DeBose, I think that's how you say it.
It might be,
It might be
mispronounce
DeBose. I'm pretty sure. But she is like this character Callisto. And yeah, like I think I looked it up for one of my past videos and it was DeBose.
It
Because
might
I
be.
did my best of the
The
year
booze?
list. DeBose. I'm
I'm
gonna go with
Calypso
DeBose.
is a character.
Yeah, she plays Calypso, and like right when they're kids, because there's this whole terrible scene where they're like it's the same thing as Morbius. They're children and they're hunting in the Amazon, and Russell Crowe's their father, and Aaron Taylor Johnson's character Kraven as a kid gets like attacked by a lion. And she gives him, Callisto comes in, she just happens to be there, and she gives him a potion that like her aunts gave her. Yeah, and this gives him it's her grandmother or whatever. This gives him all the powers to be like, you know, he's super strong and he can like. He's like Dr. Doolittle. He could talk to animals. That's what I kept thinking of. It's like, we're literally making like we're remaking a 80s children's film into like a superhero movie. Like it's dumb.
I think that was 90s, but yeah.
90s, yeah. Good catch. Yeah. That's why you're here. You know the dates.
For accuracy.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's so like hacky. It also kind of reminded me of like Pirates of the Caribbean, like the first one, because like Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom, their characters also meet when they're kids and then they reunite. It was kind of like a similar setup.
Just knock that off too. These rip off every movie.
Exactly. Like it's so like trite with, you know, you mentioned the part like her grandmother gives her the lecture. You know exactly where it's going. She's like explaining this thing that's obviously going to come up in the story. You know, like good, you know, in good writing, usually like sometimes, you know, you can plant these seeds without it being super obvious like that.
Right.
You know, that's what you're doing.
That whole scene was just an exposition dump. It's like, here's the thing, blah, blah, blah. It will do this, blah, blah, blah. It was like, okay. Right. It just kept going and going. And they kept saying her freaking name, like Callisto. Calypso.
Calypso. You don't even.
Yeah. But they kept saying like Calypso. Calypso. Here, come here. Calypso. Here's the. Like they kept saying her fucking name. It's like, I got it. Like, my God. Yeah. It's such dumb writing. Like, it's ridiculous.
It's really dumb. Yeah. The flashback, stuff goes on for way too long. And, you know, I think it worked well on, like, something like Batman Begins. Obviously, that's a few years old now. But, like, you know, because it cut in between, like, the present day and the flashbacks.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of like explaining.
Just watch Batman Begins, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It kind of just illustrates how Bruce's past, you know, informs the present, why he wants to become like the Caped Crusader. But this is just a bunch of mumbo, you know, whatever, blah blah blah. Like it doesn't go along with his father. His brother is a bastard, which they like. Another thing that's like clumsily introduced, like you know, I made one of the like guys like on the hunting trips, like, oh, he's a bastard, just like your son, right? Get it? You get my joke?
Yeah. And then the guy from Many Saints of Newark is there.
Yeah, Alessandro Nivola, right?
Alessandro Nivola. He insults Russell Crowe. Like he like asks Russell Crowe a question during the hunt, and Russell Crowe insults him. He's like, "You ain't nothing compared to me," in his terrible fucking accent, and that makes him want to get revenge on him or whatever.
Right.
And I knew the movie was a 1-star when like Alessandro, whatever,
Rhino guy.
The Rhino guy, like he was born with an illness that makes him into a rhino, and so
he has really dry skin, like me.
Yeah, worse than you. It's like makes him like turn into a rhino basically. So he has this backpack that he's constantly injecting himself with drugs that like dampens that. But it's like that was so stupid.
Yeah, it was.
And then he like looks into a mirror and he goes. Like he like silently screams. He goes, and that's when I knew it was a 1-star. That was the moment.
I remember the part you're talking about. Yeah, he like makes a face like.
Yeah, that was like the moment of this movie where they were trying to do like the Matt Smith scene or whatever, where he's like dancing around. Like, oh, this will be the funny scene that everyone makes fun of. But it's just like, wow, guys, this is so fucking terrible. Like, really, it's a 2.5-hour movie that's just like.
Is it that long? I mean, it's a little over 2 hours.
It feels like it's 2.5 hours. Is it maybe it's 2 hours and 10 minutes or something like that? It's over 2 hours.
Yeah,
it doesn't even need to exist at all. This movie.
No.
And it's the end of this cinematic universe, as you were describing, with Venom and Madam Web and all this. They were trying to set up this thing, didn't work. This is the last one. It's like, thank fucking God.
What a way to go! It might be the worst one out of all. It might be worse. It's probably worse than Madam Web, to be honest.
Madam Web was funnier.
Yeah, it was. It was probably like
this
more
one's
watchable,
boring and
this
terrible.
is really boring. Yeah,
Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's just like I call him bland saltine cracker because he's nothing. Like you get nothing.
No,
He's a bland saltine cracker in human form. It's
Yeah.
like he's got good roles, but like this is one where it's just like, man, you're just like action dude.
Yeah,
Like,
that's all. That's all.
like you're not acting. You're just being action dude and posing.
Right. I mean, he's not like 67 like Jared Leto, but yeah, they like showing off his abs, but he doesn't have much of a personality.
Yeah, zero. And like Ariana DeBose or Debus, whatever, the girl, she's in
Ariana,
West Side
we'll say.
Story. She's like fantastic.
Yeah, she's great in that.
And
Yeah.
you waste her. You wasted everyone in this movie. The guy from Gladiator 2, he was one of the brothers. He's in this as like his brother. He's
Fred,
not bad in Gladiator 2.
No,
but
and I think
in
he
this,
was on.
he's just such a
8th grade,
dumb
yeah.
character. And then they
Yeah, it's
set up
really
at
dumb.
the end that he's the chameleon or whatever, which is like another comic book character. I don't know who that is. And it's like that they threw that in there and that made it terrible. You know, like that was just
Yeah.
an extra because I thought the movie was over, and then they threw that in there, and that was like an extra thing, like an extra fuck you to the audience.
little
you know?
teaser.
Yeah, like we're gonna a teaser for things that are never gonna happen.
Yeah, it'd be like if in the Dark Knight, like they made Harvey Dent Two-Face, like in the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, it makes like the brother dynamic didn't work in this movie, like what they were
No.
trying to do. Because it was really like the core of the story for me was about like Russell Crowe and Kraven.
It's so bizarre they don't really comment on he can perfectly mimic people. You know what I mean? Like he's doing Russell Crowe's voice. Then I like, how the fuck do you do that? Like it's not just like an impersonation. Like he just it just sounds like it's Russell Crowe's voice coming out of him.
Right, exactly. You're going to right.
Right. He's singing Tony Bennett at the nightclub, whatever. He's like imitating all these I don't know if he's like doing like Robbie Williams or one of those other guys, but yeah, he's just like doing other people's voices.
He's
so
like
weird.
thrown into the movie. Yeah. It's wasted.
Right. And one other thing I thought of, because you were mentioning Russell Crowe's the father, and when the flashbacks start, like the two brothers. Well, when they're kids, like they seem closer in age, because when they flash forward, like Aaron Taylor Johnson's obviously older. He's like 10 years older, probably. But anyway, they're like in boarding school, and then they get Russell Crowe picks him up. Your mother killed herself. She was weak.
Yeah.
Her mother is dead. She was weak, sick in her mind.
He literally just gives the news like your mother is dead. And she was weak, yeah. And yeah, like we're not having a funeral for her. We're gonna go hunt. Like, who doesn't have a funeral for someone?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
He's pretty fucked up. It's like if you've seen, it's like that meme, like that Jimmy Neutron video, like Jimmy, your mom is dead.
Jimmy, your mom is dead.
And also, like later on, like because they show footage of Kraven, like when he kills the guy at the beginning, it's like stats. It's like Sergey, blah blah blah, like father, whatever the Russell Crowe's character's name was. It's like mother, suicide, dead. Like that's like was that her name? Like you brought up the father's name and then mother, suicide,
dead. Yeah, that was her name.
Yeah. It's quite a name.
Suicide dead. It's like
Yeah, it
no
was like
wonder she
deceased,
killed herself
suicide.
with a
Yeah,
name like
it was
that.
Like what kind of stupid name is
I love that idea. Her name is Suicide Dead. That's the greatest character name in any movie.
There are definitely some funny parts like that.
There's some unintentional. I forgot what made me laugh. There was something that made me laugh pretty hard because it was just like so stupid. It might have been the Alessandro dude going like just so like I just didn't expect it. But the movie's so fucking shit,
Oh, it's really bad.
It's so boring.
It's really boring. And there was another part I laughed was, his character, he finds out that whatever the guy, it was like Chorney, whatever the fucking character's name, the guy that Kraven killed at the beginning, like the Rhino guy, he finds out.
Russian mobster.
Right, exactly. Rhino finds out he's dead, and it's like, he tells his, henchman, like, give me, Chorney is dead. Bring me his top 3 guys. I want to meet with them. Like, are they all, like, available at the same time? Like, is it like an Outlook event, like Microsoft Outlook? You can see, Jerry has, a haircut at 2. Why don't we meet at 3 on Tuesday?
Yeah.
That's when we'll meet with the top guys.
That's a really dumb scene, because, they meet, like, they all, like, the 3 guys meet, and he's like, I'm only taking 1 guy here, so you guys got to give me the best pitch. And this is when he reveals his stupid rhino trick that, like, when he takes his, like, so he takes the thing out and his skin starts to form, and then they shoot him. But it's like none of this was planned out well. Like, what if they shot you, what if the bullet went through, and then he's just like, he gets up and he's like, see, it didn't do anything. And he puts it back in, And it's like, all right, well, the guys will shoot you now, right? Like, but like, they don't do that. They just stand there like, oh, like they're too scared.
We're sorry.
But like the scene doesn't make any sense. Well, I guess then they try to shoot him, and then they're snipers or whatever. So but still, it's just like it's such a dumb scene. He didn't need to do that. Like, there's no reason for him to do that other than it introduces to the audience that he's a rhino guy.
He's a bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's another villain played by Christopher Abbott. He's like the villain in Jonah Hex. Like every fucking scene ends with him shooting someone.
Yeah, it's like Jonah Hex. Yeah, like, now I know innocent. Boom. We gotta call that like the Jonah Hex syndrome or something. Like when a character is just like every scene is them killing someone, and that's like how you set up they're the villain. But it's because you're the whole movie like, who the fuck is this guy that Christopher Abbott plays? He has nothing to do with anything. That's nothing. Yeah. Like, he's completely separate, and he just comes in to the bad guy's lair. He's like, look, I'll help you, or whatever, for some money, or whatever. And then they go, like, he has these darts that make Kraven, like, hallucinate or something.
Yeah, it's poison.
It's like a knockoff of, like, Scarecrow toxin or whatever.
I was thinking of that, too. And he's kind of
again, you're thinking of Batman Begins,
He's like a Nightcrawler type character, like he's fast, sorta. Like, he quick, he like... He's over there, like, killing somebody, like,
But he, like, counts down, and then he kills you. It's so stupid, though. And then, he's just, like, another villain in the movie who just gets killed by Callisto.
Calypso.
Calypso. I keep saying Callisto, like, it's like a video game, the Callisto Protocol.
Flockhart.
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Christopher Abbott. He was he was a better villain in Poor Things.
Yeah, he was. I like him usually. When he first came in, I was like, oh man, he's he might save the movie, but he doesn't. It's just another thing that doesn't make sense. And there's like these animal poacher guys, because like there's this message of like Kraven protects nature, he protects his kingdom, man, or whatever. Yeah. Because it's sacred to him. It's where his mom grew up or whatever.
Researching spiders.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they imply like this thing, like the mom belongs in nature, so she went crazy because she lived in a city or whatever, and then they put her in an asylum, and then she killed herself. But like none of that's like explored well at all.
No, not a It feels like such a it's like barely a subplot.
Right.
It's like it doesn't factor much into the story.
The movie focuses on the wrong things. Like it has its priorities completely wrong because it's trying to throw in like a bunch of comic book characters, right, that don't belong there, and like, oh, we gotta set up the chameleon and whatever. But you gotta tell a good story, right? And that's like Sony's never gonna get that at this point. Yeah. So they need to stop with these. It's really just horrible.
The effects are pretty bad.
They are. They're terrible.
With the rhino, in particular, once you see him like in full form, like
the rhino looks bad. The blood looks fake. Like all the when it switches to like a CG double, and he's like bouncing around. Like there's this scene like Kraven like jumps out of a building like to chase someone, and he like climbs down the building and like and he like breaks through the window.
Yeah.
It's like all CGI. And I'm just like, couldn't you just like take the stairs or like run down the stairs or take the elevator, it's just right.
Well, it
just looks terrible,
Yeah. And another problem that it shares with Morbius is like when as a kid, like basically Kraven, he gets attacked by a lion, and right, like you said, like Ariana, Calypso saves him, and then like so now he has powers, like he's like climbing alongside his house, and then he falls. But he like quickly, basically kind of like jumps down from a building. Like, and like you don't even have like time to process it. It's just kind of like, it's not like, oh my God, I'm falling. And then like, whoop, I'm okay. Like, it just happens. Like, it's like, oh, I have powers now. Like, why the fuck is the audience supposed to like empathize with you? If it's just like, if like you barely care, why should we?
Right.
If you think like the first, Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, like they do a good job of like, you see Peter like, oh, he's like really buff now or whatever. Like you learn his powers as he does, so it makes it easier to empathize with them.
Right, exactly. It's just doesn't get any of the beats right.
Yeah.
And you just don't care about any of the characters, and it's just horrible. Sony is so greedy. It's like disgusting.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to even say about the movies anymore because it's all the same things, like all the same problems. They just don't even care.
Yeah,
you know. And like thankfully they stopped. I guess they realized how bad these were, or
I mean,
they
who
probably just
knows?
weren't making money. If they made money, they would have kept making them.
This
But
one's definitely not doing well. It's getting crushed by like Wicked and Moana 2, which
yeah,
have been out for a couple weeks already. And
right. That's
yeah,
good though, because
let
no
it
one.
die.
They figured like, oh, people will see this, and it's like, no, people aren't gonna sit through this fucking shit. Like, people aren't stupid. They're not gonna sit through this.
Yeah,
And
it's
like, oh,
fucking
good.
lame.
Yeah, it is lame. It's in like the same year as Madam. Like, they kept pushing this movie back too. It was supposed to come out before
Right.
Madam Web. It was supposed to come out
Yeah.
like 2 years ago or some shit like that. It's like the
Or,
end
yeah.
of 2024.
I think it was supposed to come out last summer. Or
Yeah, it was supposed to
something.
come out last summer. That's right. It was supposed to come
Like
out like summer.
2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like almost like 2 years.
Yeah.
Like a year and a half.
Yeah, it's like with the New Mutants. Or whatever, like that
And I
got,
guess
like,
in that
pushed
time
back.
they were trying to fix it, but they did. I don't know what they fixed. It's fucking dog shit.
Yeah, I don't know if there were like any reshoots or something, and yeah, it's just like embarrassing. Like frankly, with like sort of like the quality control is so bad. Like I know with
Yeah.
like the MCU has definitely had some duds recently, but for the most part, like the movies have been at least like decent.
Right.
Like these are like consistent, like Morbius, like in this, like Man of Web, like what the
It's so
fuck, like these
consistently
movies-
panned. Yeah, and then
Right, yeah,
they do
exactly.
terribly. They bomb. Everyone makes fun of them, and then they keep making them.
Yeah.
And it's like, stop. Like, stop making them. Like,
Wanna
because they
shake
think
somebody
like, oh,
with
the
the shoulders.
superhero stuff. It's like the most cynical like business
Right.
strategy, right? Like, oh, so superhero movies make money. We'll make a series of superhero movies that are all dog shit, characters that you don't care about at all, and they'll make money, right? And that's like that was
Yeah.
their strategy, but it hasn't worked out for them because people, right? They talk to each other and they're like, these movies are fucking terrible. Like, go watch like
Yeah.
I don't know, like the new Guardians of the Galaxy or something, or like
Right, yeah,
Barbie
Spider-Verse.
or like
It's funny
anything,
'cause-
right?
Yeah, like more like engaged. Yeah, something you
Oppenheimer.
haven't seen before, right?
You know,
or,
yeah.
or even like the Dune movies. At least like those look great. They have
Yeah.
cool action.
Exactly, the Dune movies, right? But like Oppenheimer did better than like any of these Sinister Six movies, with the exception of Venom. Venom's the only
Yeah, I
one
think
that's
those did
basically
okay.
carried all these other movies on its back, like basically.
Right.
Because I don't even consider Venom's like part of this universe. I consider
I
it
think
like,
it is, but
yeah, I guess it technically is, right? But like Morbius, Madam Web, and this are like
right.
you know,
Yeah.
like its own kind of like they're so weird. It's like, why'd you make these movies? They're
Yeah.
so
Yeah. They would have felt dated in 2011. Like it feels like Green Lantern. It reminds me of like that era, like this, like or some of the other bad, like X-Men Origins Wolverine. Like it's just
yeah.
It's so like,
But like
bottom of
even
the
now,
barrel,
when you're like, okay, it's about Wolverine. Some people have heard of Green Lantern, maybe not as much as Superman, but like there's
Right,
some.
yeah,
But like who the fuck's heard of Morbius or Madam Web or like any of these Kraven the Hunter?
Yeah.
Kraven the Hunter is probably the most recognizable one because he
Oh,
was
is
like
he?
in a video game.
yeah.
But like Madam Web, I don't think anyone knows who the fuck Madam Web is.
Right, at least that one had like pretty girls in it. What was Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah.
What the fuck does Craven at? Yeah, I mean Ariana's pretty, but yeah, it's not.
Sure.
It's also just a very ugly movie.
It looks terrible. The cinematography is
dark.
really flat. Yeah,
Yeah.
dark too, and just like no color or anything. As far as like demographics, right? It's like Spider-Man's really like for kids or like
Yeah.
families. It's like a catering to younger demos.
Yeah,
Which
because
is
he's
like,
one of the
what
younger characters. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's a teenager, right? So there's like, but like, who's this like appealing to?
Right.
Like it's set in the Spider-Man universe, but it's like made for adults, and has like this
I
bloody.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not opposed to like an R-rated comic book movie. I like that, but it has to make sense. Or, like, what about like why set an R-rated movie like in the same universe as Spider-Man stuff? It's just like
Yeah,
odd.
sure. It is.
And it's like it shows me they don't know who they're making movies for, because like Madam Web, it's like all got like an all women cast, and it's like what are you guys trying to do? Like, do you know like what your audience is?
I don't know if they do.
I don't think
Yeah.
they just cast like a large net, and that's why the movies are terrible because they're just like they're so broad and like dumb. And like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a superhero movie, I guess. Like, even though the character's Morbius the vampire, Morbius the living vampire, or Dakota Johnson, she can see things like that are gonna happen in the future. It's crazy.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the people who can like get this stuff made, like that this got greenlit. You know, it baffles me.
It's that I know it was produced by that Avi Arad. I think it's yeah. He's like he's been involved with Marvel for a long time. He did like whatever. He was involved the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies and like Fantastic
You'll see his name
Four.
on those, and
Yeah,
I think he produced like all of them. X-Men, Fantastic Four. I think you'll see.
Yeah, Bratz, which I don't that's not a superhero movie, but I think
he produced
was involved with
Bratz.
that
Yeah,
movie.
that's funny.
Yeah,
but yeah, he produced like the new Amazing Spider-Man movies too.
Right.
Those and yeah, he's he's a big like comic book guy. He just produces every comic book movie.
Right, exactly. It doesn't feel like there's a vision with these movies, or like at least with the MCU. Obviously they've had their share of lesser movies too, but there was like a clear strategy. There was Iron Man. They set up like the big characters like Thor, Captain America, and then they went a little more like experimental with like Guardians of the Galaxy or like some of the lesser known. And it paid off well. Like they did Black Panther later on, and but it's just like this feels like so stagnant with these movies are just like so dull. It's like cookie cutter, and just like amateurish. Like even just like little parts, like there was an action, like the part where Kraven's brother gets kidnapped and Aaron Taylor Johnson yells Dima. Like it felt like a first take. Like what was that the fucking best like line reading he gave? Like he doesn't seem that it's like his fucking brother just got kidnapped. He's like
the
Dima.
names are also like my god, terrible. Yeah, like
I went to elementary school with kids named Sergey and Dmitri. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
yeah. Just right. Baffling and stupid and boring. Yeah.
Yeah, and like certain like scenes go by so fast, like it's hard to even like process like what just happened, like certain it's just like clumsily produced.
And let me look up the runtime.
And I the director J.C. Chando, I've actually never seen any of his other movies. I know he has like some big ones, like Margin Call and
Margin Call, which is like it's fine.
I think that's like other people like it. I haven't seen it, but like Most Violent Year.
It's okay. Most Violent Year I like.
Yeah, I also haven't seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's made good stuff, right? It's like
right.
A lot of these people who are in this have produced and been involved with good stuff. It's just not
right. It's
Aaron
not like
Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. I like him in Nocturnal Animals. It's just in this movie.
Tenet.
It's a really bad script and it's a bad idea. As we've been saying, like it's fucked from the get-go. So it's like, he's Action Man in it. Like he's just Action Man, which is such a waste of his potential and everyone's potential, frankly. Like everyone in this movie, this is like, what are you guys doing? Like,
yeah, right.
It's so cynical
involved.
and sad to watch.
the dialogue is also really bad, even by like comic book movies. Because I noticed they were like
all terrible. Like it's all terrible.
It's so like dry.
It's making me depressed.
Like, like there's like things. Yeah, like Russell Crowe. They keep using the word like long, like Kraven, like I've been looking for you, Calypso, for a long time, and Russell Crowe's like, I have a really long list of enemies. Like, you ever heard of like a simile? I have like, I have an enemies list a mile long. Even something like that. Like, put a little spin on the line, not just
exactly.
like fucking exposition vomit. Like there's a scene. Yeah, like Kraven and Calypso, they just like talk on a bench on a rainy day, like fucking riveting.
Oh yeah, that's right. She like works in an office or something.
She's a lawyer. I have a client
she's a lawyer.
or whatever. I'm meeting with a client.
They're coming to get you. Like, get out of there. Remember that scene? It's like they're coming to kill you at work. Like what?
It's very conspicuous.
They established earlier that there's a security guard there. Like, because he goes in there acting like a lunatic, Kraven, with no fucking shoes on.
Like
and the security guard's there with a taser.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's throwing his knife, right.
Yeah.
And they do the classic, like, I hate the elevator scene. They do it, like, in every... Yeah. Like, he's in the elevator and the guy He's in the,
Where you
they're playing the
going? Yeah.
elevator music. He's like, I hunt. It's fucking dog shit. It's so
It's so
cliche.
bad. Yeah.
So
There's
underthought. Like no
right.
thought
There's
went
no
into any of
creative.
it.
Sorry. There's no creativity with like the staging or anything. Because even like something like Spider-Man: Homecoming, they're like fun bits. Like the part with Donald Glover, like he's like interrogating him. Is like can you let my hand loose or whatever? Like I got groceries in the trunk, like something like that. That's like a funny spin. Like oh, you're gonna let my ice cream melt? Or like oh, you're a criminal. Like that's funny. Like yeah, come on. Like
Yeah,
can you
the,
put a
the
little more
Spider-Man
effort?
movies, the new ones, are really funny. Like the
Yeah.
Tom Holland ones. They have
Sure.
great like jokes and like
Mhm.
great stories, like pacing
Yeah.
and like reveals and like these things. And it's like, okay, like that's like a real movie. This is not. This is like padding. It's like a scam. It's like a money laundering thing that like you have to
Right.
sit through. For like they make people sit through it for some reason. And yeah, I don't know who this is for. It's crazy. Like for comic book fans, no. I think they'd hate. Like it's for no one. It's really just like an absolutely atrocious movie.
Did they explain why his name is Kraven with a K? He even says it. Like, why is it with a K?
No, they don't. They don't. They
'Cause-
don't explain anything well because they kidnap the brother. The Rhino kidnaps the brother and cuts off his finger. It's like, oh yeah, but then the brother's like, he's talking to the bad guy, and the Rhino says like, your brother's Kraven, and the brother's like, how do you know my brother's Kraven? Kraven's a fairy tale. It's like, oh, he knows who Kraven is too. They never
Right.
established that.
Yeah, that's
I don't
true,
think they
yeah.
did. It's this whole fucking stupid he's gonna hunt Kraven down before he puts him on his list. It's not like it would make so much more sense like if the story was like Kraven puts him on a hit list, tries to kill him, and Rhino tries to but Rhino's like, I know who Kraven is, I know he has a list, and I know because the henchman comes in, remember, he's like, you're probably going to be on Kraven's list, probably. So you should kill Kraven
Definitely.
before he puts you on his list. It's like,
Right.
what?
Getting ahead of the
Like,
game.
what was with that extra, like, layer? And then
Yeah, right.
it's revealed it's because, like, Russell Crowe wanted Kraven to kill the Rhino, right? So that he would have no
Yeah.
competition. But it's like, you guys didn't need to do any of that. Like, it's just like have like a straightforward like revenge story about Kraven fighting the Rhino, if that's like what you want to do. But it's just all this bullshit. They need
Sony
to find
Spider-Man
something to
movies.
do with, because I think they need to do stuff with the Spider-Man name to keep the movie rights. But you
Yeah.
need it needs to be better than this. This is not.
Oh yeah, this is
They
totally
need to figure something out.
dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Spider-Verse
derivative.
movies are fun, and
Oh,
like,
those are great. Yeah, it feels like it's like a completely different creative team, which it probably is.
it is, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's an animated movie, so it's probably
Right.
different.
I mean, those movies are great. I'm all for it continuing with. I don't know when the third one's coming
Yeah.
out, but yeah, those are very.
I
yeah,
just
that's like the
mean like
polar opposite.
legally, as far as like
Right.
Sony mandates that they have to do Spider-Man stuff, but like
Yeah.
this is like hopefully the worst it gets, you know? I can't imagine it getting worse than this.
And Spider-Man's not even in any of these movies, is he? I
No.
mean, not directly.
There's a part someone looks at a laptop and it says the Daily Bugle. I don't remember what
That's
character.
right. It's funny. It's like the same like font as like the New York Post. It's like a
Yeah.
similar. It's like the
It's the
red
same thing as like in
background.
Morbius
Yeah.
or whatever, and Madam
Yeah.
Web. They do the same thing. It's like, oh, their obligatory Daily Bugle reference.
Yeah. Is that?
It's just like on a laptop. Like you could put anything on that laptop.
Is that the only fucking Easter egg they're gonna do? The daily? Yeah, we know
There's
the
probably a
fucking
couple
Daily
other
Bugle.
ones I didn't even notice. But like, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see the lizard's tail in one scene. Like, the movie's horrible.
You can see the vulture's pinky toe in one shot. Yeah.
Yeah. You can see Michael Keaton as the vulture. Yeah, I
That
guess
was so
he never
dumb.
showed up again.
No, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
In the
yeah.
Sinister universe, the Sinister universe. That's the end.
The only sinister people are the executive producers making
Yeah.
these movies.
Sinister Six, the six producers in charge of this debacle.
Mhm.
Again, it's the greatest tragedy Japan has ever inflicted on the United States. You can quote me on that.
In December, yeah.
Yes. You can quote me on that, everyone.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you want to talk about Gladiator 2? And we
The arena turns slaves into gladiators, the gladiators into free men.
You have something in you. I knew it from the start.
Did you now?
Rage. That rage is your gift.
This one was about like Russell Crowe, Gladiator, and then like this
Joaquin.
movie follows his son.
It's like
Basically.
the character from the first movie, but it's a different actor. It was like the boy, he befriends like in the arena. I don't think they ever I don't remember if they explicitly said in the first one that he was his son. I guess it was implied
Yeah.
because he had another son, obviously, that gets killed,
Hmm.
and the wife.
Yeah, he has a son with the Connie Nielsen character.
Yeah.
Yeah, as this played by Paul Mescal.
Hmm.
And yeah, his lover or whatever, his girlfriend, Paul Mescal's girlfriend in the beginning of the movie is like a warrior. She gets killed during a battle,
Right.
and
I
the
knew
city
she was a
gets
fucking goner.
yeah. The second they
Very.
introduced her, it's pretty. The city gets sacked by Pedro Pascal's character. He's like the
Mhm.
general
General. Yeah.
of this army, who's also very sympathetic as well. He's not just like a brute like monster. He has sympathy and like for
Hmm.
like the people he's conquering or whatever. They show him like looking sad as like people are mourning their dead after the battle. But he works for like the two emperors of Rome, their brothers, and they're like stupid, both of them spoiled.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Gibbering
yeah,
fools.
right.
Very
And it's also
pale.
Denzel Washington is there. He's like
Yeah.
he gets gladiators for the arena, and
Yeah.
he's
He's a
there to do
schemer.
things. He's a schemer. He's trying to take power for himself. And it's all these kind of it kind of reminded me of like Megalopolis. Actually, you mentioned that earlier, but it's
Yeah.
like kind of what that movie was exploring, just with it's
Yeah.
actually a
Power.
movie. It's about
Mhm.
power and like empires crumbling and how that happens because
Right.
the classes rise up because people in charge are dopes and incompetent.
Yeah.
And yeah, like right, the Denzel Washington character like being sneaky and taking the power for
Right.
himself and right. And then like also this hero's journey of like the Paul Mescal character, redeeming his father's like legacy and
Hmm.
reuniting with his mother and winning the gladiator matches or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
so it's like this epic story,
Yeah.
I guess. And yeah, the strongest part of the movie was like the action scenes, probably. The
Yeah.
action
Yeah.
set pieces were fun and, looked great. A lot of cool scenes like there's a scene they flood the Colosseum and they do a naval
Yeah.
battle, which they did do that in the Colosseum. That was they would flood. It's not like a common thing. They didn't do it every week, but I think they did it once or twice just to
Yeah.
recreate a naval battle. But yeah, it's like pretty historically accurate. I don't know if they put like sharks in there and shit,
Well,
but
I heard that they did mention like I don't know if they had like newspapers then.
yeah, maybe not. Probably
Somebody
not.
pointed that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely entertaining. I think it benefits the fact that we just discussed Kraven. I mean, this is definitely better. At least it's
Right.
conceivable that people would enjoy this movie.
Yeah, because it's like tied into the Gladiator, the original one. Although it's not as
Yeah.
good a movie as that.
No, definitely not. It is a
And
bit of a rerun.
yeah, it is. Like the whole opening with his wife or whatever, girlfriend getting killed. It's the same thing as like Russell Crowe's family getting killed and then he gets put in the gladiator matches, right? It's like the same thing.
Yeah, there's a similar you know, device of, because in the first one, Maximus, he had like visions of his, uh, wife and son like in the reeds walking and like they
Yeah.
did something similar in the second one with Paul Mescal, he sees like his loved ones on a beach. It didn't work quite as well. It felt a little too similar of a,
Yeah.
device.
They even throw in like the music, the original Gladiator theme and like music throughout actually.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit the same. It feels very like
Right.
thrown in there. Uh,
Sure.
it doesn't work right. It just doesn't have right that emotion. Like it's not as memorable as a film as the first one. Like I
Yeah.
remember the first movie, like when he takes off his helmet, like in the gladiator match, he's
Yeah.
like, you killed my wife, you killed my son,
Yeah.
I kill
Yeah.
you, fuck you. Like I remember that. So that's awesome. Like that's a great.
Yeah.
There's nothing in this movie even to that level. But like
Right.
some fun action in there. I thought the CGI was fine, except for the monkeys at the beginning. What these
Mhm.
the scene he has to fight some monkeys, and that's how he gets the nickname like Monkey Biter or some shit. Monkey.
Yeah, yeah.
But like the monkeys look terrible. But like the rest of the animals look good. The rhino looked cool. It looked better than the
Sure.
rhino in Craven.
Right. It's
It was
funny
a
that there's
real
so,
rhino.
yeah,
Um,
it's funny there's so much overlap between the two
yeah, a
movies.
lot of similar themes and stuff. That's just how movies are. There's always gonna be commonalities, you know.
This is about survival! Survive! Hold together and when it charges, break for the wall.
Whose head could I give you that would satisfy this fury?
The entire Roman armies.
Too much.
The general will do.
Craven, like, right, in retrospect, like this movie ties all these things together, like the
Mhm.
action and the you know the intrigue but it all feels organic and like it's definitely made by like a good director, you know, like you could tell it's like
Yeah.
a Scott film. And Denzel's great in the movie, great performance.
Yeah. He's the highlight. Yeah, I mean he's a
Definitely.
superlative actor, and yeah,
Yeah,
he's definitely a memorable
he's yeah.
character.
Which some people complained about him, like in the trailer. Whatever. I'm like, he's probably gonna be great. And yeah, you know, he has that charisma, that X factor, that makes
It's a good song.
yeah. But he has that it, you know, that you like
Yeah.
want to watch him in every movie. He's a great actor. And like Paul
Mhm.
Mescal in this, he, you know, I like him in After Sun and stuff. He's a good
Yeah.
actor. In this
Office Strangers.
movie, he doesn't really stand out. He is just
Yeah.
like Craven. He's action man, you know.
Yeah, I think he
A
is
bit
too much
better
of a
than that
sure,
than
yeah.
Craven, just because the writing and everything around him is better. But it's a very bland character.
Sure.
You don't really get much from him, and
I
yeah,
think
he's not
he's
very
yeah.
charismatic.
He's too much of a blank slate, I think. And
Mhm.
yeah, he's very similar to Maximus, which is, something I've mentioned Creed a few times, but I like that Adonis is different from Rocky. He's a bit more stubborn and, you got a chip on
Mhm.
his shoulder. But yeah,
Right.
he's just, this guy is just kind of, I forget the character's name, but he's just kind of like, yeah, like another Maximus.
Mhm.
It's fine. It works for the
I
story. But
remembered
yeah, I would
it
have liked,
a while ago. Yeah, I'll look it up.
and, yeah, and there were only two returning actors from the first one, Connie Nielsen. It was nice to see her back, and Derek Jacobi, who's like one of the whatever council guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he's.
pops up
I
again.
don't want to spoil too much. But yeah, the scene with him, he just gets like killed, like very
Right.
unceremoniously. Quite funny.
Yeah, towards the end, right.
Yeah, toward the end, but like, I was like, "What the fuck?" That's the yeah. Um, his name is Lucius. That's right. The
Lush,
Paul
yeah,
Mescal
yeah.
Lucius. Lucius,
Sure.
I think they said.
Right. Yeah, and he's going out with J.J. Abrams' daughter in real life, Gracie Abrams. She's hot.
Yeah. Sure.
Or
Yeah,
she is, yeah.
as far as like right, I enjoyed the actions, got some fun
hmm
action CGIs, stuff like that. Not a great story.
hmm
The guy who played Craven's brother is in this movie is one of the emperors.
Yeah.
Like the
Fred
emperors, I thought those were
Eckinger.
fun characters. I
Yeah,
actually liked
Joseph
them.
Quinn.
He has
Yeah.
a monkey. Yeah, it was the brother with the monkey. That was the guy in Craven. But yeah,
Yes, yeah.
it's funny, like good characters, and just like one of my favorite action scenes in it was just like that fight in the they like bring Lucius to the emperor's like their throne room, and they're just having like a party, and they're like, all right, fight this dude here, and they
hmm
like fight to the death like at the party, and they're like throwing each other in the table. It's probably like one of my favorite because
hmm
it's just very like raw and like small scale. It felt very believable compared to like the crazy shit like that happens like with the
Yeah.
boats and whatever. But yeah, it's
Mhm.
just like a believable scene. Like I like that stuff, and you know, there's good stuff throughout the movie. It's got a
Yeah, I
lot
like the
of gems
part with
in
the
there.
rhino. Yeah.
Yeah, even if it doesn't always work. Um, it's right. It's not not the worst. It's
Uh,
like consistent and
it's
like
serviceable.
yeah, it's
Yeah, I think it's the best way
serviceable,
to put
right?
it.
Which is like, you know, we didn't need a serviceable sequel to Gladiator necessarily, but I'll take it over Kraven the Hunter or whatever at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah, at least it's made by
absolutely.
like a good director. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a big budget, very inflated. I don't know if it'll make its money back. I don't know how it's
Yeah.
doing actually. How is it doing?
I think it's doing okay. I don't know if it's like a mega hit compared to
Yeah.
like the other movies that are, especially Wicked. I mean, Wicked's doing really well.
Yeah.
I think it benefit. Yeah, it's kind of like a
It made
different
like 400
demographic,
million worldwide.
right? But yeah,
But yeah, it's just the budget's so high,
yeah, and I think the shoot got interrupted by the strike,
Mhm.
at least the actors' strike.
I don't
Dang.
know what we're gonna do like when these guys are gone. Like I'm not saying that to be,
Right,
oh, they're old.
right, yeah,
It's
but
like seriously, like we're fucked. Like
right, yeah,
like
we need
Martin
these guys.
Scorsese and like
Coppola,
they're up
yeah,
there, right?
yeah, Clint Eastwood, yeah, he's yeah, right, so he's even older than Ridley Scott. He's like 94.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these, yeah, Michael Mann, yeah.
Yeah,
The,
Michael Mann.
a
But
lot
yeah,
of these
like
directors
Martin
have the
Scorsese,
longevity.
like Ridley Scott too is,
Even Spielberg,
like
yeah,
what
he's
the
getting up
fuck?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because again, it's just like those guys have such a legacy where they can make a movie like this. I don't know if I would
right.
trust anyone to make a Gladiator 2, other than Ridley Scott.
Hmm.
Um, which it's the industry's in a puzzling place because right, it's like you either get this or Kraven the Hunter,
All
and
right,
or
yeah.
like an indie movie, you know.
Hmm.
Like if you want like a good movie with like a big budget, it's like Ridley Scott, Nolan, or whatever. But like
Yeah, Fincher, yeah.
Fincher, yeah. Even Fincher that was like relegated to like Netflix and stuff. Like no one is like safe.
Right.
No one's safe. Like everyone has trouble getting their movies financed and stuff.
Yeah, even like,
No matter who
somebody
you are.
like Mike Lee, obviously he doesn't do like big action movies, it's just like dramas. Yeah, he, having a hard time with like he just had a new movie out, which is good. You like Hard Truths. I
Yeah,
haven't seen it
Hard
yet.
Times
And
is great. Hard
and
Truths. Hard Truths is
yeah,
great. But right, no one saw it.
yeah.
No one
Well,
like
it's in
no
like
one knows
select these.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
no one
yeah.
knows what it is because it doesn't
And
have this
mhm.
824 budget to like promote it. So
Yeah,
it's just
and
like this movie, like, yeah, it's a good movie. It's a drama.
mhm.
No one will see it.
I'll see it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's such a weird state, everything.
Hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, the budgets are fucking crazy, inflated.
Joker 2, that was like,
200 million
monstrosity.
budget. Like
It's
for what? The first
insane.
one cost like 50 million, didn't it? Or 60, like
Something, yeah,
really low.
significantly
It was
less,
like
I think.
50 to
Yeah.
80 million, I'm guessing in
Yeah.
that. And this is like 200 for like for what? For because they
Big,
fucking dance around? Like, are you
big
kidding me?
fucking turd. It's already on Max. Like it came out like fucking 2 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it was because I watched The Wailing tonight. My mom was like, "Oh, you Joker, it's
Right.
out."
There you go.
Because I was going through Max and Netflix and whatever. I
Mhm.
watched The Wailing on Netflix. Anyway, go watch The
Yeah.
Wailing and Queer, and not any of this other. And Gladiator 2 is okay. Go see.
Yeah, yeah. If you want,
That's
if
like
you're interested, you can
I
give
just
it a
want to
shot.
see
It's
where your
entertaining.
dad. It's like a good
Yeah.
movie, Gladiator
Yeah,
2.
my parents enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a movie to go see with your parents. Like, oh, I'm like seeing movie. Well, I'm like with my family for like the holidays, right? Let's try
Yeah.
to so like let's go see a movie. All right, Gladiator 2 is probably your safest bet.
I mean, yeah, or Wicked. Yeah.
Wicked,
That's
Dad's
like
not gonna like
that's a,
Wicked.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
family
if
movie.
if
Yeah.
mom if it's mom's choice, then go see Wicked, and then if it's
Yeah.
dad's choice, you go see Gladiator 2.